Good morning everyone, today is another pre-maintenance checklist video, which means we're going to be going over all the campaigns which are ending with the coming maintenance. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over is, of course, the mission pass. Please make sure to finish the mission pass before the coming maintenance because it does end on March 15. So do try your very best to get to tier 40 so that you can redeem all the rewards. If you aren't able to get all the way to tier 40, at the very least aim for tier 26 because over here you do get the Motion Glide Wing Spread C, which is the pink variation, and we're actually going to get the Motion Dash Wing Spread C, which is the dash animation for these pink wings, and they actually pair together very well. So if you do have like a red or a pink color scheme, I do recommend picking up both of these wings since they are pretty much free from the mission pass. The next thing I want to talk about is in the item lab. So we have the 5% augmentation aid. This is going to be going away, as well as all of the other boosts. So when you go to item enhancement over here, this great success plus 40%, there's a bunch of enhancement and augmentation aids, as well as cost reductions, which are going away after the maintenance. So if you were planning to enhance your armors or augment your armors, make sure to do it before the coming maintenance, because if you do it after the maintenance, well, then you don't get all of these free boosts. Next up is, of course, the AC scratches. So there's the Rewind Collection 10, as well as the early spring memories, which are going away after the coming maintenance. So if there is anything that you want over here, you might want to pick them up now. All right, now let's talk about things that you should be preparing for next week. First of all is, of course, Star Gems, because starting from next week, we are getting the SG Revival Scratch, which will cost you quite a bit of Star Gems if you do want all the items over there, or if you want a specific item over there. So I do recommend stocking up on some SG because those scratches will get very expensive. If you spend 2,000 SG, it is a guaranteed selector ticket, so that way you can pick whatever you want. But I'll cover that scratch when it comes out next week. The next thing you might want to do is slowly accumulate some spring 2023 seasonal points, because remember, the seasonal shop will be updating in 2 weeks time, so we're going to have even more items. So if you haven't bought out all the items yet, or maybe you're just being busy and stuff, you just slowly accumulate some points. And on top of that, there's this daily quest over here which rewards you a spring 2023 special scratch ticket for literally just running the limited time quest once a day. And it's actually very simple. You do need to defeat enemies, keep that in mind. You can't just queue for the limited time quest and AFK. That will not complete this quest. You do need to defeat 30 enemies, so you need to actively play, but just make sure that you do this every single day because it's a free spring 2023 special scratch ticket every single day, which actually adds up to quite a bit. And last but not least is, of course, don't forget to work towards your Slayer Operation Preparation tickets, because the Slayer is coming out next month. So you want to make sure to get as many of these Slayer Operation Preparation tickets as possible, so that when the Slayer class does come out in April, you're going to be able to fast track it with all of these preparation tickets and get all of this awesome gear for free. And last but not least, don't forget about the item trader Travis over here. So the first one is, of course, your Aegis Integras. So you can exchange your Aegis Integras for all of these Dominas. Sure, they have gone down in price. However, they're still worth a little bit of money. So you can always pick up your 5 Stia Dominas, your 5 Kavaris Dominas. Again, I don't really recommend the Alio Dominas or the Ret Dominas because you can get these from the yellow triggers, but I do strongly recommend picking these two up over here because all they cost is literally 1 Aegis Integra for 5 of these Dominas. It's very cheap, and what else are you going to be using your Aegis Integras for? However, of course, if you haven't gotten your Neon Astron weapon and you do want one, keep in mind you can exchange 5 of your Aegis Integras for one of these Neo Astron weapons. These are the non-tradable ones, the powerful versions. So I do recommend getting one of these if you don't have the Neo A weapon yet. Now, if you're still struggling to get Aegis Integras, don't forget in the Ark's Record Badge exchange over here, you can see right here there are Aegis Integras. It does cost quite a lot of Ark's Record Badges. It'll cost you 50 of them to get 5 Aegis Integras. However, that is an option over here, so you can exchange 50 of your Ark's Record Badges to get 5 Aegis Integras, which you can immediately use at the Aegis Integra exchange shop and get the Neo A weapon that you want. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!